But at another U.S. military prison you may have never heard of, the population is in the thousands. Seth Doane reports from Afghanistan's Bagram Air Base.
He won't reveal his face or even his full name, but 52-year-old Mohammed wants his story told. He claims he has trouble walking now after spending a year confined to a 35-square-foot jail cell as a U.S. prisoner of war in Afghanistan. Our cells were like cages, he explains. We couldn't see anything outside. These are what those cells look like. Roughly an hour's drive from Kabul, the detention facility at Bagram is veiled in secrecy, except for a few carefully choreographed glimpses like this media tour 2 years ago. The military won't disclose the names of its detainees or the reasons for continuing to hold them. Someone had reported that I was helping the Taliban, he tells us. Mohammed says he's never supported the Taliban. In fact, he says he's an educator who even teaches girls in school. He claims to be trained as an engineer, not as a terrorist. There are now 3,000 alleged insurgents detained at Bagram, 5 times as many as when President Obama took office. The military says it's providing safe and humane care, but our repeated requests for a tour or even an interview were declined.
Is this another Guantanamo?
It's worse than Guantanamo. It really is, because they have fewer rights.
Daphne Eviatar is an attorney for Human Rights First, a nonprofit advocacy group. She's interviewed nearly 20 detainees who've been released and was allowed to watch several detainee hearings at Bagram.
There's no evidence presented. There was no questioning of the government's evidence, whether this person had done anything wrong, whether he deserved to be in prison. So that's the real problem. You have a complete lack of due process.
The good news for our troops is that we've got people off the battlefield that were shooting at them last year.
Republican U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham has been an attorney in the Air Force and has visited Bagram. He supports the Obama administration's plans to expand the detention facility.
Here's the dilemma for U.S. forces. You capture these people on the battlefield in a firefight. The local community tells you this is the bad guy. We're not going to turn him back over to an Afghan legal system that is full of corruption and doesn't have capacity.
The Department of Defense has asked contractors for bids to expand the facility within a year to house 5,500 detainees, costing as much as $100 million. Seth Doane, CBS News, Kabul.